Yeah, we bought our house in 2003. It was one of our dreams to come here and live in Celebration. And then we really loved it here. We raised our family here. We got involved with the church. The church people have been great for the years, very supportive. And we had an opportunity, and God's been calling on our heart for years to go, and we decided it is time to go. We sold everything, we packed up, and we moved to Ozama City on the island of Mindanao, where we have a daughter there and a granddaughter. It took us about 3 years to do an in-country adoption, and now our daughter has our name. As when we got there, we said, Beth and I both said we'll work in the ministry or wherever we need it. And Beth was taught the Bible school, and with the Bible school she went into the children's church and took the Bible school students, helped to teach the children's church, and which we're still involved with there. I got involved with the Bible school because the buildings were so dilapidated. All the kids stuff were getting soaking wet when it rained because of the ceilings and the tin had rotted out. So I started with building projects, and I do quite a bit of building projects, but someone might call and say, we need a ride to go take grandma to the hospital, or the well pump is broken down, we have no water, or we have electrical problems, that something caught on fire and doesn't work. We started a feeding program, which was now 3 years ago. Beth had gone to look for one of the children from the Happy House and saw a baby laying in a nipa hut, a grass hut, and it was crying. And she happened to look in, and who was watching her was her 3-year-old brother. And she said, we need to do something about this. Well, this area of town is poorer than poor. It is drug infested, drug ridden. It's worse than dilapidated area. And so we decided we'd start a feeding program. Not only are they fed with the food, but they're also fed with the life and times and the story of Jesus Christ.
Sons, and son Joseph. Joseph to Egypt, Jews to Egypt. 400 years, bondage, Moses. Let my people go. No.
But now I can say that we started out with about 250 malnourished children. Now we're down to 38. So we still buy the same amount of milk, but now we're giving it to the pregnant mothers. And we're trying to stop this cycle of malnourished. Well, a few months ago, I kind of had a little issue. My fever was about 104. Went to the hospital. They sent me back home saying that you just have fever, and if it gets worse, come back tomorrow. Well, it got worse. Beth had checked my fever, and I was at 106, and I went back to the emergency room, and then we called the doctor, and the emergency room nurse said, we'll call him and let him know on the updates. And in the meantime, she took my blood pressure, and it slowly started dropping, and my blood pressure was 50/60 and still dropping. When she walked away, I heard her tell one of the nurses, do we have the number for St. Peter's? And that's the funeral home. And then Beth took my head in her hands and says, are you right with God? Don't you die on me. I said, I'll be fine. I just need a rest. Well, in the meantime, I spent 7 days in Ozamas, the hospital there in Ozamas, got well enough to fly to Manila to go to St. Luke's, which is one of the bigger hospitals there. And I spent 6 days in the hospital, another 15 days in a hotel room going back and forth to the doctor. And it was a reflective time for all the prayer and all the financial help that the church lifted me up and carried me through this. And as you see today, I'm here. I would say one of the reasons God has us there is the feeding program, because a lot of these kids I don't think would live past 6-8 months, maybe a year. We get to show the love of Jesus through the feeding program and our actions toward the local people. We get to tell them about Jesus. We get to show them what we do to help their community. It's not that we're just here just to live off the area. It's that we give back to the people in the community. enjoying the smiles on the people's face. They're all friendly, but just to give back to them and show them that we care.